Akpabio's wife files defamation lawsuit against Natasha Akpoti, seeks 250 billion naira damages. 250 billion naira. My people, what is happening in Nigeria? Look at the way Akpabio and his wife Ekaette disgracing us up and down. Is it not your husband disgracing us? Your husband as a Senate president and number 3 Nigerian citizen, disgracing the house, disgracing the whole gigantic Nigeria as a country, and disgracing Nigerians both home and abroad. Instead of Mrs. Ekaette Akpabio to come out and be pleading, sending people to meet Senator Natasha Akpoti, looking for a way to sort the problem out of the whole mess that your husband has put you and himself and the whole country into. Mrs. Ekaette Akpabio, you now came out, file a lawsuit against Natasha Akpoti, 250 billion naira. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Why would you slash him? Ask for such kind of amounts when your husband is busy using Nigeria money that is supposed to use to build Nigeria. Your husband is busy using it to buy luxurious car for his babes, for his girlfriend. Or Mrs. Ekaette, you want to tell us that you are not aware of the way your husband has been spending Nigerians' money on our celebrity, Nollywood celebrities? Yes. Your husband cannot control his sexual libido. It is a disgrace and shameful thing for you to even come out and say you file a lawsuit against Senator Natasha. You are going to be in for it for a long time. We are going to teach you a science. And woman now. Èèyàn tó yẹ kó wá bó ṣe máa gbé àwọn èèyàn dìde kí wọ́n lọ bẹ̀ Senator Natasha, kí wọ́n wá bó ṣe máa pa ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ìwọ tún bọ́ síta òun grant interview up and down, trying to defend your husband. Really, when you know your husband, nǹkan tó accuse ẹ̀ fún òtítọ́ ni. Ẹ wo nǹkan tí Senate President of Nigeria, a whole gigantic Nigeria, your one Nigeria. Ẹ wo nǹkan tó sọ Nigeria dì. Máa yí òun fi ojú rí àgàgà kóbìnrin yẹn kó wá lọ pupa, ó máa lose control ni. What kind of a man is this? He doesn't even respect his own position. He doesn't even respect anybody. What is it? Oh, because your husband is now number 3 Nigerian citizen, anything he does is the final. Okay, we are going to prove it to you. Because every Nigerian woman, both home and abroad, we are going to support Senator Natasha. You know why? She's not the one accusing your husband of this sexual harassment. Many women have been complaining about your husband's sexual harassment for a long time. And this one is going to be the last. On Friday, Akpoti Uduaghan in an interview on Arise alleged that the Senate president made sexual advances at her in his office and residence in Akwa Ibom. The Senate president's wife responded by saying her husband is disciplined. Really? He is truly disciplined. Adding that the senator's claim were lies. Really? Ẹ má gbà mí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìran mi. Àbẹ́wò àwọn family adójútì ni tí wọ́n disgrace ara wọn láì ṣàwà. When you know you and your husband are not competent to fit into that situation, in that position, kí ló dé tẹ́ bid for it? Ìjẹ́ mo yí àwọn obìnrin tí wọ́n yìí tó ti harass sexually. Kọ́rọ̀ yẹn kó má dàbí ẹni wípé kíní ni. Some years back, tó wà ní ọ́fíìsì kan náà tí wọ́n fi ṣe leader ní ọ́fíìsì yẹn tó head ọ́fíìsì yẹn. I think NSSD or something. The same Senator Akpabio here, or to make his sexual harassment against one of our sisters, long, to the extent that woman slapped Senate President Akpabio. Your husband has received a lot of slap. He didn't tell you when he got home. Ẹ wá bá mi wo video lára àwọn sexual harassment. Old video ni o, tí woman yẹn fún ní 40 lie. Níbi tó ti fẹ́ máa rọ fandu and some other things. Come and watch the video.
I am accusing him. The woman, the only Nigerian woman that has his face.
Why did you slap him? Why did you slap him?
He slapped him because of his plan B. He thought that he could, since he couldn't get me to take that money, he thought that plan B, if it could come up on me. He didn't know that I'm a Port Harcourt girl. Port Harcourt girls are not moved by money, by somebody telling me that you make me a substantive MD. The Port Harcourt girls are
Can we clarify this? Because we can't gloss over. What is the plan B? He came upon you. What exactly does that mean?
We were having a meeting. Akpabio's meeting with me is either in Apple or at Meridian or whatever. Those are his meetings. I slapped him.
Well, Joy, are you accusing Senator Akpabio of attempted? Is that the point you are making?
Harassment sounds better, not true.
Okay, so you are accusing him expressly of harassment?
Yes, I am accusing him. Goni woman.
Shetiri bí yẹn ṣe ló fún ní ìfọ́tí. Ìwọ lánàá, ìwọ lónìí, ìwọ lọ́la, every time. Ìwọ Akpabio. What is it? Before I'm going to show you another video. Senator Natasha has replied Mrs. Ekaette Akpabio. Wàhálà ti wá dé báyìí. Rogbod ẹ ti ẹ̀ dúró náà. Iṣẹ́ tó yẹ kí senator ṣe báyìí sí kò rójútu ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ òun ló kù tí senate tó dẹ̀ ṣe. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé gbogbo owó tó yẹ kí máa yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n máa fi build Nàìjíríà. Holiday ni tó bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀ kan, wọ́n á lọ fọ́lùdí ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta. Pẹ̀lú owó burúkú nínú àkáǹtì wọn, gbogbo owó ló ti run tán sórí celebrity wa. Tẹ́ bá rí majority àwọn mo ní Yorùbá. In general, tẹ́ bá rí majority àwọn sisters wa ní Nollywood, all those celebrity. You see them with BB card. You see them coming out. Wọ́n purchase mansion, wọ́n purchase maybe 35 millions of car or more than that. Wàá máa bí rẹ̀ pé ibo náà ti rí business, ibo náà ti rówó iṣẹ́ wo náà ṣe ló náà san nínú movie. Láwọn mélòó? Bàbá ẹ̀ ni o. Gbogbo owó Nàìjíríà ló ti fi ra mọ́tò fún wọn, ló ti fi ra ilé fún wọn. Senate President Akpabio, Mrs. Ekaette Akpabio, come here. Are you not aware that your husband has been using Nigerian money to buy properties and cars for his mistress? All those Nollywood celebrity. Are you not aware? Anyway, Senator Natasha ti reply báyìí. Ṣé ti rí bí ọ̀rọ̀ ti dọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin sóbìnrin, ó ti di woro sí woro. Ìyẹn ló ìyàwó Akpabio báyìí, ó lóun ti gbé Senator Natasha á gbé lọ sí court, ó lọ san 250 billion naira fún defamatory comment tó sọ nípa ọkọ títí ẹ̀. Senator Natasha ìyẹn náà dẹ̀ ti fohùn lé báyìí sí, ó ti reply ẹ jẹ́ ká. For your sanity, stay out of my case against your husband. Senator Natasha wants Akpabio's wife. Ṣé ti rí pé gbẹgẹdẹ ti gbiná báyìí? Nǹkan tí ò ṣojú ìyàwó Akpabio, Mrs. Ekaette Akpabio, were you there? Were you there? And you yourself, you confessed that you own a school and you resume in the school in the morning, close in the evening, go back home. How did you know what Senator Natasha said? How did you know if it is true or not? Okay. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, in a legal letter, has warned Mrs. Akpabio to avoid interfering in her claims against the Senate president. You see, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has advised Mrs. Unoma Akpabio, wife of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, to refrain from getting involved in allegations of sexual harassment and intimidation she has leveled against her husband. The conflict between Akpoti-Uduaghan and Akpabio initially erupted after she refused to move to a newly assigned seat during a Senate session, citing other 10 of the Senate standing rules. Kí gbogbo rògbòdìyàn yẹn kó lè yé yín dáadáa, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ wo fídíò yìí o. Ibi tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ níbi tán lọ gbé Senate President Akpabio, ó ní kán gbé síìtì Senator Natasha, kán gbé lọ sí àwọn lórí ogun ọ̀nà pátápátá nínú kọ́nà kan. Why? Nítorí kò gbà. Ìwọ àtẹ̀mí àti mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. Torí kò gbà kò fẹ̀yìn sílẹ̀ fún. and so on. Òun ló mú tó gbé gbogbo kinní yẹn síbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n kọ́rọ̀ yẹn kó lè yé ẹ, mo fẹ́ kó farabalẹ̀ kó wá wo fídíò yìí torí pé Natasha ti ṣàlàyé fídíò bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan, ọjọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àti gbogbo nǹkan tí Natasha sọ, ó yá wá gbọ́.
Dismiss Senator Natasha, please, you are not recognized to speak from there. That is the order of the Senate.
Sir, order 10 on privileges. Order 10 on privileges.
Senator Natasha.
Any senator may rise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice. A motion declaring that the content of breach of privilege has been
suspension immediately.
Is it to you alone, or if this is a particular trend?
Yeah, that's output. That's what I'm about to explain that.
Yes.
Yes. So many people do not know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to speak my own truth, and the Senate President is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa Ibom because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends, we went to Akwa Ibom. And at first, we were at Ekaette Akpabio. We were in his house in Ekaette Akpabio. Then we all moved to his house in Uyo, which was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, just 3 of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that, this designer here, he bought this from us. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, do you like my house? I said, of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste. He said, now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it. At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I don't really understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me, and the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President, too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel. He has a chapel in his house as well. So while we were going to the chapel, you know, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate President's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in Ekaette Akpabio. And my husband asked me, Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What was he telling you? I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate President. He loves him as a brother.
Ṣé you know to what go by? Ṣé ti rí? Ẹ ti rí nǹkan tó sọ. Lára nǹkan tí Senator Natasha tó sọ ni wípé he got to this particular sitting room and asked if I like his house. I said, of course, sir. Every room is beautiful, quality taste. He said, now you are a senator. I am going to create time for us to come and create quality moments here. You will enjoy it. At that point, I just pulled away because I didn't understand what exactly that meant. Nǹkan ara nǹkan tó ṣàlàyé nínú fídíò yẹn nìyẹn. Kí tó wá mú yín lọ sí another video. Ó ti pẹ́ tí máa yìí ti ń ṣe. Ó dẹ̀ pé tó bá ti rí yellow pọ̀pọ̀ beautiful sisters. Ó máa lose control ni. Mi ò rò wípé Senate President is worthy to be in that post. And for his wife to come out and be deceiving, not deceiving. Yeah, you are deceiving yourself. You are not deceiving Nigerians. Telling us your husband is very disciplined. Really? Discipline call. Disciplining. The same ìyàwó Akpabio ló sọ fún wa pé òun ní school o. Tóun bá ti jí láàárọ̀ òun á lọ síbẹ̀. Nírọ̀lẹ́ òun á close. Tóun bá dẹ̀ ti close inú ilé lòun lọ. Ẹjọ́ ṣé inú ilé tó lọ yẹn ló ti mọ ibi tọ́kọ ẹ̀ tó ti ń tẹ ọyàn kiri tó ti ń ṣe báyìí fóbìnrin. Ṣé ó mọ̀ Owa Bosita, Owa Fe defend Oko. You want to prove to us that you are a virtuous woman. Even Senator Ireti Kingibe, you disappointed you disappointed us too. What is wrong with all these women now? For Senator Ireti Kingibe, láti máa support Akpabio's wife. I will believe that you are trying to do that to retain your post, Sha. Because Nigeria situation, if you cannot beat them, you will join them. That is what Senator Ireti Kingibe is trying to do. Because how can Senator Ireti Kingibe granted an interview and be attacking Senator Natasha Akpoti that as a senator, there are about 4 women in the house there, and she's supposed to come and complain to them first. She's supposed to inform them before coming out. What is the meaning of all that? What is going on? Obìnrin lọ́tà obìnrin o. Anyway, not be today. Èmi bá èmi ò tẹ̀ ní lọ́ọ̀kì obìnrin. So àwọn obìnrin ló hate mi jù láyé torí gbogbo àwọn ẹjọ́ tó bá wọn kò bá èmi. Ọkùnrin àwọn ní pàdé tèmi. Tí n bá wà in the midst of àwọn ọkùnrin mi máa ń balẹ̀. We dey reason normally. Kì í ṣe gbogbo wọn náà but majority. Tí ó bá wá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ǹjẹ́ ó yẹ nǹkan tí Mama Ireti Kingibe tẹ́ wá wí, ṣé ó yẹ kẹ́yìn bọ́ síta kẹ́ wá sọ. Ìgbà tẹ́ padà rí interview yín bá lè ṣe feel. Èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé kò ṣe ẹnìkan ẹnìkejì ẹnìkẹta ẹni mẹ́rin jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ni wọ́n ti ń complain nípa mine. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wo fídíò yẹn.
I own a school. I'm always in my school. And when I finish at the school, I go home. So the home you are talking about, I'm always there. The Senate president is a very, very responsible man and disciplined. As a governor, the number of women we had then in government, I don't think any government has had that number of women. But in Akwa Ibom, when he was a governor, a lot of women were involved in governance. And none of them, not one, ever said something like this. In the past, we've allowed people to get away with a lot of things. And he will always tell me, if you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. I'm here to serve my people. They will throw mud at me. I said, but this mud is becoming too much. Why can't you do something? So I'm now the one going for a legal address.
Been sick. From here, I'm going to the hospital. It's the only reason I came. The Senate is not a place where we are supposed to be fighting over trivialities like sitting arrangements. It's a place where we're supposed to fight about issues that affect the people. And that's why this whole thing is a non-issue. If we were fighting, the truth, when I say it's not gender-friendly, we expected, because there were only 4 of us, that we'll get privileges. But we don't get them. We fought to get there, and the fight continues until we can get more women in the Senate. So if we don't get privileges, we don't get them. But it does not mean that we don't get our rights. The 3 of us have not been sexually harassed. That's not to say if Senator Natasha can prove that she has been, that is fine. We will support her. But she's never discussed it with us. We don't know about it. She did not respond to the rest of the female senators. She has not spoken to any of us throughout this whole episode. From change of seat to now, Senator Banigo was with her, tried to talk to her that it can be resolved. She did not listen to her. So I'm coming to say that women of Nigeria have larger things in front of them. We are trying to pass special bills, 35% inclusion. We cannot be fighting over where we sit. And it really denigrates the institution in a manner that's not beneficial to Nigeria, the people, or the women.
God, we tell you, and if we're not in one war, ibi tí kíní yẹn tó ti jẹ́ ìfún àtẹ̀dọ̀ Senate President wa Akpabio. Ní ìgbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe screening fún Bianca Ojukwu. Ní ibi tí Senate President jókòó sí, ó lose control. Ìwọ tó o bá wà matured, tó o jáde dáadáa, tó o mú ríta, tó o mọ bóyá ń lọ gbòòrò ayé. Tó o bá wo fídíò ìwà rí wípé àfàìmọ̀ kí máa yẹn Senate President á ti dà sára. Torí ó ti wà carried away, ó ti lose control. Bó ṣe rí tí Senator Bianca Ojukwu tó ń bọ̀, tó ń lọ stepping yẹn báyìí, tó ń lọ báyìí. Ọjọ́ ti gbà pé former Miss Nigeria ni. tó ń lọ báyìí ó ti wà carried away ẹ wo bóyá ń ṣe báyìí ó ti ń ṣàwọn ó ti ń yàtà already aláìdánwò mi bá bà á gbé ó ti ń ìmájí ọyàn yẹn ó ti ń ìmájí sàlámà wò pé ṣé nǹkan tí ilé tojúkú ń gbánú lélẹ̀ ṣé ìgbádùn tojúkú ilé tojúkú tó ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìlélẹ̀ a máa débẹ̀ náà o a máa ní láti máa kélé àṣírí tó wà níbi abẹ́ rògbòdìyàn yìí a máa tú ọlọ́run mi ìṣeré o wá lọ wò ó náà ìwọ náà tó bá ti wò ó kó wá sọ fún mi bí mo parọ́ náà ti bá mi kọ síbi comment section orúkọ tèmi ò yí padà o my name remain Yeye Dara Kowe ko bẹ́ẹ̀ ni don't forget to drop your comment under this video. Help me like this video, at the same time help me share it, even share it to Mrs. Ekaette Akpabio and the Senate President himself. Let him know that he's disgracing Nigeria. Ire o, farabalẹ̀ kó wo fídíò yẹn.
The distinguished nominee, you can see that your people are solidly behind you, and they can attest to your character, your integrity, and your ability to serve the nation. So let me hear from your maternal civil senator, standing before us. I said restrict yourself to the resume. Forget yourself. She didn't put in the CV that she's beautiful. Is that what she put? Where? It's in the CV. Where? The CV says beautiful Bianca. Mr. President.